Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Talking or using your device during the film is distracting. Don't ruin the movie.
So we're gonna kick this thing off by doing welcome back to the retro experience, of the movie streams that we do, and this has been discontinued since 2016 when I did my Power Rangers movie review. If anybody remembers that review.
God, that was great. I missed that. That was hilarious.
That Power Rangers movie review that I did. So this is the one that I'm bringing back on the podcast. So trust me, it's not going to be audio all the time. I plan on actually being visual, and I actually plan on doing Zoom calls, stuff like that, when I go back and review these old classic movies, things like that. But for the sake of the Michael Jackson music video, we're going to do and talk about Thriller. The year is 1983, and Thriller is the hottest album that's out there. It's pissing off Prince. That's the year that Michael Jackson, who was at the height, but he ain't at the peak yet. But he at the height of his career, and who loves horror movies, who loves 9 movies, and have that that killer feel too. So he wanted to create a movie called a short film called Thriller. And then he does now once again. His mama Catherine has done as Jehovah's Witnesses. Just like, yo, this is against everything we believe in. So he had to put up a little disclaimer in the beginning of the video. But Mike was into that kind of stuff. And then we get what was Thriller. Now, I wasn't, obviously, nobody on this phone was alive when Thriller came out, unless somebody want to tell me something. And I heard everybody was rushing to get to, they got to see Thriller. They got to see Thriller. What's going on with Thriller? Even my mom was like, yo, that was the thing that we had to come out after school to see the debut of Thriller, especially on MTV, where MTV did not play any of African Americans' music videos. Thank you, Mike. That's what Al Sharpton said. Hey. So, so he broke down those color barriers for us. So, because he was just like, oh, so you don't want to play our videos on there? Okay, well, then I'll take it somewhere else. And they're like, no, we need you, Mike. That's not exactly how it happened, but still. So now we get Thriller, where I know Prime, because, he hangs out with all these people, knows in-depth details and behind the scenes of Thriller, stuff like that. So, I gotta know, when you see Thriller, how did y'all like that video?
Why is it? Can I go first? Can I go first?
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't know if I told y'all this story. All right, so the first time I see Thriller, I was in like first or second grade. Freaked me the fuck out. All right, freaked me the fuck. I ain't even get through the song. All right, I see Michael Jackson. I see Mike transform. I was gone. Man, I was scared.
Is he still running?
I'm like, yo, and I knew it was Michael Jackson. So when I'm watching him transform, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is Michael Jackson doing? I was gone, man. So, but later on down the line in life, I ended up watching the whole thing, and it was dope, man. But I just wanted to get that out because it was freaking hilarious. The very first time I see it. My mom started singing it. My mom and my sister started singing it when I told them I was scared. They going, it's Thriller. I'm like, oh,
that's hilarious.
My story is extremely similar to yours. But,
oh wow.
Okay.
So I remember I was in my mom's room. We sitting there watching TV, and she was showing all these Michael Jackson videos. And the problem with me when I was younger, I watched so many Michael Jackson videos in bulk that I can't really pick out what is what because they were all blurred together. But I specifically remember Thriller because I was horrified. I did not know. I was like, oh, what's this? When Michael Jackson turned, I was screaming, ran all the way downstairs. My mom was in the kitchen. I'm freaked out. I'm like, this ain't happening. And so my mom was like, yo, it's all good. And then she asked me to get something downstairs. she would go into like the heater vents and just start whispering stuff like Anthony.
Yo.
And I would get scared. I'm dancing like, oh my god, Michael Jackson's gonna get me. I'm just
Yo, I think I remember
That's
you
a bad joke,
telling me
too.
this story.
That's horrible.
I know that's even worse now that you know.
Yeah.
I'm just scared, man. I was like, yo, this ain't happening. Like, now, after a while, I did watch the music video, and I thought the music video was cool. I watched the music video without watching the full movie.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm cool to it now. But I never went back to watch the monster transformation because I was like, nah, this scarred me. And then my mom was going to play a joke on me, like it's funny. Like, nah,
It is. When you have kids, you'll realize how funny it is to fuck with your kid.
So, how was your story?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, see, you want the story when I first seen it, or what? Because I got joked.
Okay, well, then tell them.
Okay. So I just have some questions. If you know you transform into a werewolf,
Yeah.
why would you take this girl who you just made your girlfriend 30 seconds ago out on a date on the night of a full moon? Why would you?
He know
Hey,
Why
he
would
Michael Jackson. He-
First of all,
No.
he know the moon was full.
No.
Right.
If I'm a werewolf, I'm keeping track of the moon phases, okay? Because I need to know. Be like, all right, so Tuesday's cool, Wednesday's cool, Thursday I can't go outside.
He's a teenager. Come on.
First of all-
You gotta give him the
First of
benefit
all,
of
on
the
Michael
doubt.
Jackson's calendar, it said half moon, and you recognize the cloud.
Here, bruh.
I know, we're talking to the Michael Jackson fan.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? The clouds moving and the full moon. He's like, oh snap, you need to get away.
First
you know what I'm
of
saying?
all,
So
ain't no,
You know what?
and also, that's another thing. He says in the beginning of the transformation, run away. As my man is turning into Michael J. Fox's Teen Wolf, she just standing there screaming. What the fuck is wrong with her?
Dog, sometimes you're just frozen in fear.
No, okay.
Sometimes you're
Listen.
frozen in fear. You don't know what to do.
Only
no,
frozen in fear would be, I'm not saying nothing. She stood there screaming and shaking her hands
No.
until he finished transforming. Sis, you could have been gone.
because she wanted to see what a werewolf like with a Jerry curl
Fuck
first.
out of here, bro.
Jarrell!
She said, "Is this possible?" Like that werewolf Jerry curl was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But then it was straight. I guess like being a werewolf gives you a relaxer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was straight. But still,
Okay, so what did you do?
what happened?
I'm trying to figure out what you do when you first see Thriller.
Oh, well, when I first seen Thriller, I wasn't scared. I think they showed it on Fox for some reason because it was Halloween or something like that. It didn't really frighten me. When I was in like,
You
I
took-
don't know, 5th or 6th grade, we did the dance. It
You
didn't
took
really...
painkillers by then and stuff like that, right?
Shut up.
Oh.
That kind of stuff didn't frighten me. Like Thriller, the thing that frightened me most about Thriller was Vincent Price's laugh. It wasn't even the movie.
Yo, my wife came out the womb watching New York Undercover, so I'm just saying. So it's like ain't scared of nothing.
Because it wasn't that we weren't that far removed. Like when we were born, Thriller came out in the 80s, so it was still kind of big. It was a whole thing, like a whole production. So they still was showing it all over the place. I saw the shortened version first. So then when I saw the long version, I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, okay, this is the long version of the video. And I just watched it. That was it. I mean,
Well, when I was on Warnock Street, I remember that they had a special coming on, and I was in my dad's room. And then see, now one thing I know about my dad, the military cop, is that he sleeps in complete darkness.
okay, now
He
that's not,
don't even like the street lights in his
I
room.
ain't watching it in the dark.
So he has the TV on, and my dad nods off. So then I'm sitting there next to him, and then Mike's doing, and he goes
The what?
to come here inside that. And then when he was like to get away, I screamed, and I turned over on his side, and he said, "What's the problem?" And I'm like, Mike turned to a werewolf. He's like, to turn it off. So then not only did I just see that image, the whole room is dark now. Turn TV off. So now I'm terrified.
That's not a good idea.
So Thriller scared all of us then.
Exactly. And then
It was
I'm in the
supposed
hood. I'm in the hood. I'm hearing creaks in the floor. So my mind is, look, I ain't gonna sleep that night. And honestly, it was so dark, I didn't know if I was asleep or not. But that's how it was. How about you, Brian?
So yeah, I just want to give a shout out real quick to Vincent Price and John Legend because they just they had to make this whole thing come possible. Like John Landis with his voice, and then Vincent Price with his voice, and then John Landis with the music video and the concept and everything. Yeah, those two work well together. But
I'm sorry.
as far as
I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm sorry.
as far as the video, I wasn't scared on like the werewolf part. I don't know why that part didn't scare me, but the part that scared me is when all those zombies are. Oh, come on, man. I just know all the zombies were coming up, and when they do like that close-in shot of him, of his face after he turns into a zombie, that creeped me out.
That part was creepy.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, but that part didn't scare me. The part that like I guess scared me is when she went to her house and they was breaking in her house, because I was like, you know, like if I'm in my house, I'm thinking that I'm safe in my own house, but they were just breaking in her house. So I guess that's the part that scared me the most.
I can
That
agree.
was logical.
And
it was logical.
for 1983, that makeup job was excellent.
Yeah, I believe they won I think they won like a Grammy for it.
The best of the best. Oh wait, I was watching the video. I can tell you, it's all in here. Like 3 pages of information and description.
Okay, yeah, because that makeup job, they looked like legit zombies. It wasn't like, okay, that's clearly makeup. The prosthetics and everything, even the darkened blood was all great.
Right.
Yeah, and I gotta give another shout out to whoever did the choreography. It's just
Look, the most underrated part, and everybody knows about the little monster claw and everything like that, and all the dance stuff like that. The one underrated part of Thriller that nobody seems to look at, that I love the most, is that when he's singing the chorus, right? There are 4 zombies coming up doing 4 different versions of the pop lock.
That part.
Yo,
love that part.
that joint is hot. I'm like, yo, they doing 4 different versions of pop locking and different, movement, stuff like that. I thought that joint was dope. I'm like, that did not get enough credit. That does not get enough credit, because especially how you see, it almost was just like, Mike, Chris Brown, Usher, and everybody else, and Jeffrey Daniels coming up there everybody's doing different versions of pop lock. And I'm just like, oh my god, that joint was hot. And that is like the most underrated part of that video. I rock that joint. I rewind that thing about 4 or 5 times every time I watch the video just to see that.
I honestly never paid attention to it till I met him, because it was so intense.
Why did you not pay attention to that part?
I mean, I saw it, but I wasn't like, let me go rewind this pop lock. Like, let me run this pop lock back real fast. Like, what?
They were doing 4 different kinds of the. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sweat.
Have you sat in the front of the mirror and tried it?
Who, me?
I'm sure he did.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of them. All of them.
That's what I was doing.
Because, like I said, everybody was just like, everybody has their version of the robot. Like, you have the very stiff version, like you just doing very robotic. Then you have the one that Usher does, and it kind of like moves the like the ocean in his body and everything. And you have people that just do like the I call them the sticky steps, where like you put your foot down and it's stuck, and you gotta move the other one. Like they was doing all these different kinds of versions of pop locking, and I'm like, and as they're moving forward as zombies, I thought that was the coolest thing in the video, and I thought that was very underrated, because it comes on and it goes so fast. And I remember when I first was starting to date my wife back years ago, and I was like, look, you ain't feeling it like I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So
This is the
when y'all
intensity I
watch
was
this-
dealing with. I was supposed to stick with. Like, my god.
What would you say, Prime?
I was gonna say, when y'all watch this video, of course everybody like the little arm movement, but I think my favorite part is like the beginning of that whole scene when they got their arm up and then they do the little shimmy step. I don't know what they call it. But I say I don't know why I just don't like that one part. Like,
That part with the arms back and forth is kind of cheesy compared to the rest of it, but it goes with
yeah, it's overused though, cause like I wonder why is that part out of the whole dance part that everybody calls.
because everybody can do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
It doesn't require too much rhythm, so
No.
I guess.
If you on a 1 and a 3 or the 2 and a 4, you can do that.
Exactly. But everybody can't pop block like them zombies
Oh,
was
my Jesus.
where they was walking over. Just saying.
the biggest advocate ever.
Yeah, that was getting it though.
It was good. The choreography was just great, and I after I got over the fears and watched it, because before I would just watch Thriller when he turned to a zombie and go right to the dancing part and right to the end,
And then the Vincent Price monologue is great. Now here's the thing. When I was younger, when I was watching the video, I was like, wait a minute, this ain't the way it's played on the track. And I actually like it better the way it played in the video, because they just added, instead of doing the hook in between each verse, they just put it all together and it's have all the verses at the end, and then Vincent Price doing a monologue over the zombies coming up. I thought that was great. And then you get the second half, the laugh at the end, which is great.
He did it all in one take too.
Yeah, cool. First of all, Mike got Vincent Price to say y'all's neighborhood.
Okay. He had to say, "Can you dig it?"
Exactly. If y'all listen to the extended version, he does say, "Can you dig it?"
Sucker. I'm sorry.
Can you dig it?
So this is my thing.
Sure.
Random. It's not a video. What the hell made Mike and Quincy Jones be like, you know what we finna do? Make a Halloween song and put it on this album. Like, I don't...
Because that was Mike's idea. Mike was into... He used to watch a lot of horror movies. Stuff. This is when he was branching away from Joe.
Obviously.
And he started watching a lot of horror movies. And he was into Night of the Living Dead. He was into Dracula. He was into all them movies that we got, you know, the Universal Studios, the original Universal bunch. Yeah. And he wanted to... Huh?
No, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, and then so he wanted to do a song based on, you know, all those horror tropes.
Gotcha.
But his mother was against it because he told us with us.
His mother or his brother?
His mother.
Oh, I
you don't care what your main thing.
I thought, and you know what I'm saying? That I say brother, he got all the brothers. You default to Jermaine.
Because who else had a problem with it?
You're right.
Yo, Prime. Who else would step to Mike Black? I got a problem with this video. Jermaine.
Jermaine.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're not wrong. It's just funny. Okay, so his mother, I understand. His mama had a problem with it.
Tito ain't got the nerve to say to that man to say it ain't Tito time yet.
Shut up.
Fun fact, I was watching this video and like this was during the Thriller era. They wanted him to do one of their videos. He was like, nah, Michael Jackson. So they put a wax figure, the pettiness.
Oh, you talking about the torture video?
Torture?
Yes,
that torture was bad.
That video was a mess.
Look, I knew it had to be Mike's idea, not Quincy's, because no one can trust Quincy as a gangbanging.
What happened? Oh no.
The gangbanging.
By Smokey?
That's
smoking that smoke, doing that coke, gangbanging.
Smokey.
Smoking that smoke. Oh, that's dang.
You thought Smokey was Quincy Jones?
Let me edit that joke out.
Nigga.
Let me edit that joke out.
No, but he did say to him when they were doing Off the Wall, he asked, Michael asked him to take all the strings and stuff out the beginning. He told him no, because he's Quincy Jones. Don't tell me what to do. That's what he said.
He got a point.
He got a point, and it worked. And it's same thing.
It's iconic.
And that's why Mike said, "Look, I did the Victory Tour. I don't care about this shit on this album. I don't care about torture." And first of all, if anybody has not seen the torture video,
please do yourself a favor and go watch it.
Go watch it, because
it's hilarious.
That wax dummy is frightening.
Kind of torture.
It is. No pun intended.
It's torture.
That video, the song was not great. The video was bad. It was bad all around.
So
it was so weird.
Where do we rank? So how do we grade from our movie system kind of thing? How do we grade Thriller?
I give it a B. If it didn't scare me like it did back in the day, I still got PTSD, so I give it a B.
How about you, Prime?
I give it an A.
Yeah. How about you, Q-Flow?
I give it an
A. Okay. And how about you, Lady Sketch?
I'll give it a damn near perfect. That's an A-, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna give it damn near perfect as well too.
I thought you was gonna give it a complete nerdgasm.
Nope, because there is certain videos that's a complete nerdgasm for Mike. I'm just saying they all can't be that.